Listen to this. New research from Johns Hopkins School of Public Health shows that one-time direct cash payments of an average of $3,700 can help prevent young people from falling into homelessness. The findings come from a housing assistance program run by the nonprofit Point Source Youth. The agency teamed up with 7 states on a pilot program for young people ages 16 to 27 who were at imminent risk of homelessness. The research found 98% of participants who received that one-time cash payment remained in housing without needing access or not needing to access homeless services 3 months later. And that number only dropped to 92% after 6 months. Now, the program has plans to expand to more states and communities. Joining me now in studio is Larry Cohen, co-founder and executive director of Point Source Youth. Larry, so good to have you here. Such an important story when you look at how many people are just struggling to survive, and then you think about the youth and just trying to give them that start that they need. How is this funded, and how does it work? How does it work?
Yeah, well, it works because we work with partners locally. So after school programs, drop-in centers who reach and know young people. When a young person is crying in the corner, something's wrong, they go up to them and they find out tomorrow they're going to lose their housing. And at that point, they intervene and they ask, what do you need? We create a housing plan with them, and with cash, fund that plan in 24 to 48 hours with follow-up services afterward. And based on that incredible success, we're now expanding it to 1,000 youth across 10 partners throughout the country.
What is it about that $3,700? Because that is a significant amount of money. And how are you able to sort of parse through people that will be responsible with the money and those who might not?
Yeah, well, first, it's for young people who are at imminent risk of experiencing homelessness. Second, if we don't spend that $3,700, we'll spend $80,000 on a shelter. So that's really important to note. Shelters cost $30,000 to $80,000. And then if a young person is unstably housed, they experience a lot of traumas, a lot of harms that make it super hard. And so that $3,700 saves so much money. And that's why we're seeing so many states and cities and philanthropists and foundations supporting the program.
Talk about the reaction that you hear from some of these people in terms of just how life-changing this has been, whether they use the service and then they come back to you and tell you about it.
Yeah, we have so many youth storytellers, so many stories where young people are about to lose their housing. You know, they got sick, they fell behind in past rent, their landlord is going to evict them, there's nowhere else to go. And if not for this money, they would be in a shelter. Or somebody else who's a victim of domestic violence, they have to leave and they need to go back home to their grandma, but they can't afford a plane ticket.
What does the future of this program look like? I know you're already in 7 states, but what's your hope in the next 2 to 3 years?
Yep, so right now we're expanding it to 10 communities with $3 million to support 1,000 youth. Then we're working with cities and states to get it funded for all youth in those cities and those states. And so we see a very rapid expansion because nobody wants a young person to experience homelessness. And for $3,000, you can stop that from happening. And we know what young people spend the money on from the research, and they spend the money on rent, utilities, and staying housed. And based on that, why would you spend $80,000 on a shelter if you can stop it with only $3,000?
Sounds like a great plan.
We're going to expand it. We've seen so much positive momentum from New York City and other cities and states. The entire state of Oregon is working to expand the program right now, for example, as well.
Wish it wasn't an issue, but glad to hear you're addressing it. Larry Cohen, thank you.
Thank you.